I love the idea of energy literacy.
The best idea in the smart grid education literacy space is a very, very fundamental idea. It's why my mother would always tell me God gave me 2 ears and 1 mouth so that I could listen twice as much as I talked.
We are on a fixed income. My husband, he goes to dialysis 3 times a week, and I am a cancer survivor for 5 years, and we try to make it on what we have, and it's hard. You know, it's hard.
I'm one of those people that doesn't know how to program my VCR, that needs my teenager actually to turn on the flat screen TV because there's entirely too many remotes. Any more than 1 is too much. I do use a computer, but I would say I'm a migrant to technology.
What's a kilowatt? Many people don't know. So I often say that the entire facilitation of getting customers on board and partnering with them is a conversation, not a commercial.
The utilities, the regulators, the consumer advocates, and citizens have a responsibility to going forward to make certain that no one is disadvantaged because they don't understand the vocabulary, the vernacular, or the dynamics of the arena.
Well, mainly they talked about the telephone calls that we would receive when it was peak and when it was non-peak. And believe it or not, I don't even know what that means, peak or non-peak. But I just know what makes me comfortable.
One of the very first programs we started was our small and disadvantaged business program, about how they could actually lower their operating costs by making these small incremental changes in their business operations. And mostly these changes would be sustainable changes. And when we first, started to go in, we would always talk about reducing your carbon footprint. And then we would get this glazed over look from people like, what are you talking about? What the heck is a carbon footprint?
We have to translate and transfer what we say into a language that people every day can understand so that they can then take actions that's going to help them make more informed decisions.
During the day when everybody's in their office and everybody's using their computer, the people who are at home are also using their washing machines and their dryers. That's peak power. In order to generate those last peak units of power, you got to bring on another power plant. So if they can shift people's use, they don't have to build the power plant.
I'm also a firm believer that people are more willing to adopt a product or service if someone they know tells them it's worth adopting as opposed to the person who's selling it.
First of all, I mean, we're from the community. I think that when you deal with the community and they can tell that you're real, that you're from, they relate with you. I think they rather have information come from us rather than someone that they don't have, any kind of tie to.
Being able to reach out to those people by having town hall meetings, by disseminating flyers in their community, by asking volunteers in the community, hey, if you've got service this Sunday, speak at your church about this and try people to come out and sign up, or can I come by and talk to your community-based organization after school program and do a small presentation about this and how it can benefit you.
It's important for utilities to work with community groups, or area neighborhood councils or ANCs.
Well, we do have an ANC person, her name's Shanae Grant.
Civic groups, church groups, to get people to understand what the smart meter is and to get them to understand what it's not.
And if they had programs like this SMART program that we just piloted, matter of fact, this is the second one. They had more programs like that, it would probably be beneficial to a whole lot of people. People are very proud in this city, and they're not going to tell you when they're in trouble.
It was an easy way I could attempt to do something, experiment with doing something that would lower our, quote, carbon footprint.
If I were to give myself a grade for energy use prior to the program, I would say it would vary between a B- and a C. And I think after the program, I'd give myself an A-. I think I'd get an A when I make it a sustainable change that is practiced as a matter of habit.